In this video, I'm going to share with you how SEO changed my life. It's helped me generate millions of dollars in sales for our agency, as well as tens of millions of dollars for our remodeling clients. SEO can literally change the trajectory of your business, and it can turn a small company into a local giant. If you don't know me, I'm Spencer Powell, CEO at BuilderFunnel, and our agency has helped remodeling companies generate well over $150 million in sales in remodeling projects. This channel, BuilderFunnel TV, is where we share tips, tactics, strategies, things that we've used, we've put into practice, and now we're passing those along to you in hopes that they'll help you on your journey. Today, we're going to talk about SEO and what really good remodeler SEO looks like. All right. Let's dive in, and the first one is that SEO should be content-based. So if you think about your website and the word content, what does that actually mean? It typically is referring to content on your website, so that's going to be your home page, your services pages, your About Us page, your process page, kind of those core website pages. And then you've also got blog content. And so those are kind of the two big buckets. Your core website, typically if you've worked on it pretty extensively, you've built it out, you're not going to be doing a lot of changes to that other than upgrading pages. And then your blogs are where you're going to really be able to hit lots of different topics, a variety of topics, and then link back to your core website. But in terms of having really sound, strong remodeler SEO, you've got to have it connected to content. You can't just do a bunch of back-end keyword stuff. Anytime I hear a remodeler talk about that, they usually have worked with an SEO company that they're paying a few $100 a month, or maybe $1,000 or $1,500 a month, and I always say, well, great, I'm glad you're working on your SEO. What are they doing for you? And they say, well, they're doing some back-end keyword stuff. And that always raises the alarm bells for me because there are some things that you can do on the back end, but generally, if you're not doing any front-end content, then those things aren't really going to have a big impact. So that is one of the most important things, is it's got to be content-based. All right, so the next piece is having a really strong internal linking strategy. And so we're getting a little bit more technical here, but I promise I'll make it simplistic. So if you think about your core website and you have a bunch of services pages, one of those pages might be a kitchen remodeling page, and it talks about the services that you provide, and that's kind of your core kitchen remodeling services page. On your blog, you probably write about topics related to kitchen remodeling, kitchen design, kitchen cost, how long it takes to remodel a kitchen, kitchen trends for this year, all of those types of things. As you're writing those blogs, you want to have a strategy for internal linking to other similar pages. So you might have that blog on kitchen design ideas. Within that post, you would link over to your core kitchen services page. You might also link to some of those other related blogs on kitchens. And so now what you're doing is you're kind of signaling to Google that, hey, this site knows a lot about kitchens. And look, I can see this cluster of content. Everything's related to kitchen remodeling and kitchen design. And I can see these connection points. So it does a lot of positive things in terms of Google's eyes in helping them identify what this site is about and kind of connecting the dots. It also really helps your user, because as they're reading a blog post, they can quickly navigate to something that is relevant to that, either a service or more content related to that topic. So you need to have a really strong internal linking strategy if you want to have really good remodeler SEO. The other piece is that your whole site should be focused around local keywords and remodeling keywords. It's great to focus on remodeling keywords, but if you're not talking about things in the context of your local market, your local city, the towns that you work in, then you're going to be trying to compete with everybody at a national level, which one is going to be a lot more competitive, and two, I'm sure you don't really care about that if you are a local company. You just want to rank and be found for people in your local area, so you've got to focus on the local cities and towns within your SEO strategy. All right, number 4, interconnected. Your SEO should be interconnected, which means that context matters a lot. And what do I mean by context? It's different from content. Content is just, hey, we've got this page, it's got some photos and some written words. Context is going to be both the written content and the photography, but what's in it and who is it speaking to. So I talk to a lot of companies that are really trying to push their average project size up. They're trying to attract larger, more complex projects, whole home remodels, additions, things like that. Well, if you're just spending a lot of time talking about bathrooms and bathroom remodeling, and you're not focused on the context of who you're speaking to in those other types of projects, then your SEO, maybe you're going to rank well, but you're going to rank for bathrooms. And then when you get these leads in, people calling you, they're like, hey, this is the type of project I want to do. Then you're going to say, gosh, I'm really trying to move my average project size up and get into these other projects, but I keep getting these types of leads, or leads that don't have a large enough budget, those types of things. And then you're going to kind of get stuck, because there's a good chance that you need that revenue. So you're going to take on those projects, and it kind of becomes this self-perpetuating cycle. And so the context of what you're writing about should relate back to your ideal prospects and your ideal customers and the types of people you want to attract. And marketing and SEO are a really powerful part of making sure that you attract the right people. It also works on the conversion side. So if you're talking about cost, say the cost of a kitchen or an addition, maybe you say, hey, an addition in our area is usually 200 to 500 grand. If somebody wanted to do an addition for 75 grand and they read this article, hopefully they don't reach out. So again, that's contextual. It's repelling away the people that maybe aren't a good fit, and then the people that are in that budget range, they're saying, hey, I'm in the right spot. So context is really critical. The other thing that I see missed oftentimes is integrating your SEO strategy and your conversion strategy. So if we think back to that kitchen remodeling services page again, maybe you've got a really solid page, it's got good content, it's contextual to your target audience. Now we need to make sure that it's aligned with where they are in the buyer journey. So if they land on that page and they're not ready to speak to you today, they're just kind of researching and gathering information, we need to have an opportunity for them to convert into a lead. So something like a design guide or a cost guide where they can, say, fill out their name and email and get access to some more information. Now we've generated a lead, we've made a conversion happen. And so oftentimes, if you are working with an SEO company or talking to a potential SEO company, they will focus on the SEO piece, and it'll be hyper focused around keywords and keyword strategy. Hopefully they've integrated content, but most of the time there isn't a conversion strategy as well. And the whole point of pulling these people in is to make sure you convert them once they get there. If they just come, they read some content, and they bounce, then you've done a good job from an SEO standpoint, but your performance still might suffer. And so if you've ever looked at one of those SEO reports and the company's like, yep, your traffic is up, your impressions are up, you're ranking for all these keywords, but you're like, I don't feel like I'm getting more leads and like my business isn't up, that may be one of the reasons why. All right, the final thing to think about in terms of having really strong remodeler SEO, ranking really well, is that it has to be ongoing. You can't just have your site and then somebody will do the SEO for it and then you're like, great, I've done the SEO. It's an ongoing project. It's something that you're always working on. Part of the reason is that there's a technical component, and so you're always fixing things on your website, whether that be page speed or alt tags, some of those back-end things. You're also writing content, some of the front-end things. You're improving the content, you're working on the conversion strategy, and then you're also adding new content. And so there's this combination of adding new, fixing and upgrading old, and then more of the technical pieces of SEO. And so as Google changes, as content changes, as you evolve your business and you go from targeting just bathrooms to bathrooms and kitchens and whole home remodels, that's going to need to evolve with your SEO strategy. And so you're going to have to change the content. You're going to go have to fix some of those things and create new things moving forward. So if you don't have an ongoing strategy, then there's probably some missed opportunity in terms of your SEO. So there you have it. Those are several very critical things that you might want to consider and think about as you're trying to build up a really strong remodeler SEO strategy. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. See you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.